Chapter 1. A birthday like no other. Most people imagine a billionaire's birthday filled with luxury cars, high-profile parties, and dazzling celebrations. But this year, Anant Ambani did something completely different. A few days before his birthday, instead of planning extravagant celebrations, he chose a path of devotion and service. He visited some of Kerala's most sacred temples, offering prayers, supporting heritage, and thinking about the welfare of temple elephants. It wasn't about grandeur or showing off. It was about giving back, preserving history, and making a meaningful impact. Walking through centuries-old halls and intricate carvings, Anant became part of living traditions. His presence reminded everyone that wealth can be used not just for luxury, but for faith, preservation, and service. This set the tone for the journey that blended devotion, philanthropy, and compassion in a way that inspires. Chapter 2. A sacred evening at Rajrajeshwaram. Anant's first stop was the historic Rajrajeshwaram temple in Taliparamba. Arriving at around 8 p.m., he was welcomed with traditional honors by priests and temple officials. The temple exuded a serene spiritual energy, with chants, incense, and soft lamp lighting filling the air. He performed traditional offerings, Ponnukudam, Pattam, Thali, Neyamrutu, and completed Ashwamedha Namaskaram, showing deep respect and gratitude. But this visit went beyond rituals. Anant pledged 3 crore rupees for the renovation of East Gopuram, a structure over 200 years old, long in need of repair. In addition, he committed to upgrading parking and infrastructure to improve the experience for devotees. It was a moment where devotion and responsibility merged, using resources to preserve history and make sacred spaces more welcoming. Chapter 3. The spiritual journey to Guruvayur. Earlier in that day, Anant visited the Guruvayur temple, one of Kerala's most revered pilgrimage sites. The temple was buzzing with devotees, yet its sacred calm was unmistakable. Here, he offered prayers to Lord Guruvayurappan and connected with centuries of devotion. He donated 3 crore rupees to the temple trust, supporting infrastructure and activities for pilgrims. But what stood out was his focus on temple elephants, integral to rituals and festivals. Through Vantara, he pledged support for a dedicated elephant hospital, a chain-free shelter, and modern facilities to ensure humane and dignified care. This gesture was more than charity. It brought compassion into tradition, showing that faith can coexist with scientific care and responsibility toward animals. Chapter 4. A gesture beyond donations. Anant's temple visits were remarkable because they reflected thoughtful intent. Restoring Rajrajeshwaram's East Gopuram preserved history, art, and culture. Caring for Guruvayur's elephants aligned with tradition and modern compassion. He personally interacted with priests and officials, receiving traditional mementos and prasadam. His message was simple. These contributions are not charity. They are a part of supporting India's living spiritual tradition, where faith, service, and respect for nature coexist. Every gesture and donation reflected a broader vision. Wealth combined with heritage and social responsibility to create meaningful, lasting impact. Chapter 5. A reflection of faith, service, and responsibility. Speaking at both temples, Anant said, India's spiritual traditions are not merely places of worship. They nurture faith, community, compassion, and our deep connection with nature. It is our collective responsibility to preserve and strengthen this heritage for future generations. This birthday, Anant chose devotion over fame, service over extravagance, and compassion over luxury. His actions remind us that wealth carries responsibility, and even one person's choice can create ripples that touch communities, heritage, and life itself. By prioritizing temples, heritage, and animal welfare, Anant Ambani turned a personal celebration into a story of faith, service, and purpose. A birthday that inspires beyond the boundaries of wealth or privilege.